What's going on, Sumolings? Thank you so much for joining us for another product walkthrough webinar. Today, I am joined by the team over at Soundwise. Soundwise is an all-in-one platform that makes it easy to create and sell audio products online while growing your email list. It is on AppSumo right now, starting at $59 for a lifetime deal. But before we dive into the walkthrough, I just want to tell y'all a few quick things. The first is if you want to tell us a little bit about your use case, why you are interested in Soundwise, you can go ahead and do that in the chat room. If you have any questions about the tool, the deal, how to get set up, go ahead and leave your questions in the Q&A box down below this video. We'll circle back to it at the end of the walkthrough. And the last thing is that there will be a replay available. So if you need to step out or if you just want to watch this again later, you totally can. All right, that's enough of me. Hey, Natasha, how are you doing?
Hi, Lindsay. I'm well. How are you?
I'm very good. It's great to have you here. I'll pass it over to y'all for the walkthrough. Let me know when you're ready to take questions.
Yes, we can get started. So everybody joining in, I'm very excited to have you here today to talk about Soundwise because really we are building the most flexible tool on the market today for audio creators to sell and to publish all sorts of audio products, be it audiobooks or podcasts or audio storytellings, audio courses, albums, really anything related to audio that you want to monetize. And when we set out the platform, our vision is to make it super flexible so that you can really explore and play with the tool to come up with your ideal format of how to structure your content. And as I will cover in a minute here, you can really, slice and dice your content and combine and aggregate in however many ways you want to optimize your audio content offerings. And you can use Soundwise as a multi-purpose tool for all kinds of purposes related to audio. And but I have a lot of things I want to cover with you today. But we just tested the Zoom screen share before this call, and unfortunately, there's some technical glitch on our end, so I am not able to share my screen at this point. I know, super disappointing. But we, as a workaround, I will show you. I will, do the talking and. Our marketing manager, John, he will be sharing the screen to give you a walkthrough of the dashboard. But unfortunately, neither of us can get our phones connected to the Zoom screen. So I cannot live share with you the Soundwise app, which is really, ironically, the one of the most important portions that I want to share with you. So I will talk you through it, and you will just have to check out the app, check out the same content on the app yourself, or you can, even at this moment, do the same, like do the walkthrough with us. Um, I will give you a link of a free audio product that you can subscribe to on the Soundwise app right at this moment. So when we are talking, you will know what we are talking about. Okay, I'm posting this link here in the chat. So if you have not subscribed to anything on Soundwise or you haven't downloaded the Soundwise app, you can go to the App Store or Play Store. Just search for Soundwise Audio, and the app will come up. And you should download the app. And if you don't have an account with us, whether it's a listener account or a publisher account, you can set up an account on the app right this moment. And just subscribe to, or you can follow this link and subscribe to the one Soundcast that I posted in there. It's free, and it's and I think this is also useful content for you to take a listen of, because this is one of our past webinar recordings that we repackaged into a audio course, where I talked a lot about the trend of audio content publishing and why you should consider having audio content maybe as your one of the primary content creation formats, because audio is a very exciting field. It's a, fast growing content medium. It's actually the fastest growing content medium on the market today. I know many of our users are authors, right? Both fiction and nonfiction authors. And some of you are authors as well. You probably noticed that nowadays authors make a lot more money from audiobooks than print books or ebooks, right? So, and there's a good reason for that, because the market demand is growing, and also you can sell audio products at a premium price compared to selling, books or ebooks. And we'll get to some of that, but really, check out this link that I just that I posted. I hope we will also post this, after this webinar on wherever platform this recording will be posted. Uh, but mostly today we are going to do a walkthrough of the platform. And John, if you could start your screen share, that would be great. So because, okay, let's see. Yay, I can see the screen. So again, the vision when we created Soundwise, the goal is really to give the creators the most flexible tool. So you can create your own audio publishing empire independent of any large marketplaces like, Audible or Spotify or any other places. All of those places, they have their place. They have their use cases, and they should be, for many of you, they should be part of your content distribution strategy. But on the other hand, as a content creator myself, as an audio creator of many years myself, what I realized is that really, most of us as independent creators, we need a strategy, we need the tools to create our own audience base that we can take full charge of. And it's very hard to do when you are publishing content on one of the marketplaces, because the incentives of the marketplace and the creators are not always very aligned. So what we created here is like many of our users dub us as the Audible that you can control. And really, this is what we are going for, is to give you the complete control of everything. You can publish your content, own all your rights, and there's no royalty sharing or revenue sharing. And you can own your audience as really a real asset for you to build your creator career on. And it's not going to go away, whether you are associated with a platform or not. So that's the goal. And as you can see on the dashboard right now, this is one of our accounts for publishing, learning materials for our own publisher users. So what you can see here are soundcasts on the screen. What is a soundcast? It's really just a package of audio tracks. It can be an audiobook, it can be a podcast, it can be a course, it can be an album. It can have one audio track, or it can have 1,000 audio tracks. It really depends on what your use case is. And so that is the format. And you can see that if we go to, if we go to create a soundcast, click on the button for create a soundcast, okay? You add in your title and description for this product. And here you can see this default option is a public soundcast, which means it has a landing page, okay? It's publicly searchable on Google. If you shift it to private soundcast, that is unlisted, unsearchable, meaning the use case will be for your private membership group, or for some of you authors if you before your audiobook is published, you want to send out advanced listener copies for reviewers, that would be a good option for that, to use private soundcast. Okay, and let's go back to this is just to show you, you can create a soundcast easily. Let's go back to the homepage, and you can so here all of our soundcasts are public, right? So after you create a soundcast, you want to add a track. So let's go to add track option. This is where you upload your audio file, right? And you choose where to publish this track in. And notice this toggle here. This toggle says this track is private. This means only subscribed user can see this, can listen to this. When you toggle this on to public, that means everybody can access. So what do you use this for? You can use the public track option to, really as a sample track, as a preview, pre-listen track before people purchase. I'll give you an example of what this looks like on a sales page from one of our users. Let's go to Reinvention the Rose landing page. John? Okay. So if you go to the content, so this is from one of our users, right? This is an audiobook. It's a novel. If you go to the content tab, you see the first track is like a orange highlighted. This is a public track. That means, for people to listen to before they purchase. The rest, you see those tracks have like a gray play button. Those, if you click on them, it would ask you to subscribe. So these are only available to subscribed users. Okay. So let's go back to the dashboard. Okay. Let's scroll down to, so we are still on the add track page. Let's not leave. Okay. Let's scroll down to the notes section. Here is where you can add, for those of you who publish, for example, an audio course or any kind of nonfiction material, sometimes you want to add a worksheet, or you want to add some kind of reading content to for the users. You can add them here as a companion material for your audio track. Okay. And people will see this on the mobile app and on the web app in their listener library. So let's go back to the home page of dashboard. Okay. I want to walk you through a few other things. One important thing is the review and ratings. Let's go to the ratings tab. This is, so basically, this is something very important, because when you have a product, any kind of product online these days, if you want to convince people to buy, the best approach is to have real, genuine user reviews, right? So on Soundwise, basically, when your listeners are listening on the Soundwise app, periodically we will automatically ask them to give your content review, unless you disable this. And by the way, all of this you can customize, right? You can enable or disable, but I highly no, this is disable, not the option here. This is for disable display rating on your actual sales page. This is one option you can set, right? You can choose to maybe not display your ratings when you have 0 ratings, and choose to display them once you have got a bunch of ratings, right? So you can also choose to whether to allow people to leave rating or not. And I highly recommend you to enable this option, because you definitely want users to give you reviews and give you ratings. And I would say, if you look at how you decide to purchase something online these days, you probably, go straight to the user reviews and read those first, right? Besides the descriptions that the creator puts out. So this is really important. Although we automatically ask people to give you reviews on the app, I highly encourage you to actually deliberately ask your listeners to give you reviews. You can put out something in your audio track description. Hey, if you like this, leave a review on the Soundwise app. And there's a button that they can click, your listener can click on the app to leave a review, right? It's can be both automatic and manual. And also you can even give people a incentive to leave reviews. If you go to, let's go to the second tab we have open here, I Kicked Sugar course. All right. So you go to the ratings tab. This product has 300 ratings that instantly builds your credibility, right? So you want to even give people some incentive to leave reviews. Either leave a review or get a discount for your next audiobook or something like that, right? So this is something I would really prioritize on besides just setting up your content, right? So let's go. So that's about review, and let's go back to the dashboard. Okay. Let's go to Soundcasts, and I want to show you one other thing. Let's go to edit this Soundwise Teamcast. So this is the internal Soundcast. I'm just showing you as an example because this is the internal Soundcast for our company. So, but I just made this public. It's usually private. I made this public to show you something. Okay, let's go down to the pricing. Okay, so you can see that. So for each of Soundcast, if you make it public, you can set up pricing and charge what options we have. Click on billing. If you click on billing, you can see you can charge one-time purchase, rental, and different subscription frequencies, right? So this one is set up as a monthly subscription. And below this row, you can see that there's a coupon code set up. It gives 20% off. This coupon code will expire tomorrow. And let's click on the promo landing page. And here you can see, okay, so this is the promo landing page. It shows you the countdown timer and the discounted price. If you want to set up promo campaigns, this is like a super easy way to do it, right? So you can, periodically give your most active listeners a discount. Or you can run a discount or promo campaign or some kind of free trials anytime you want. And also you can use this as an affiliate tracking system. You can set up a promo code for each of your affiliates, and because the usage of each of your code is tracked, so you can see how much sales your affiliates have been generating right from your dashboard. So that's the promo code, and let's go back to the dashboard. Go back to the home page. Yeah, we don't need to save this. Let's look at subscribers. Okay. So you see a list of your subscribers here, and you can click on download subscribers. You will be able to download a list of your subscribers as a CSV file, and which you can add to your email management campaign tools, right? So, and then you can let's click on grant access. Okay. What this does is you can enter listeners' email addresses and give people free access from your backend, right? So to skip a paywall, or if you have a private Soundcast, that will be how you enroll your listeners. And you can upload if you have a lot of people to invite, you can upload a CSV file or enter their email, in the info box here. Okay, so after they got this, after you grant them access, they will get a notification from us telling them, hey, you have access to this thing now, and just go download the Soundwise app and start an account with the email address that you are granted access on, and you're good to go. Once they start an account, this program that they're allowed access to will show up in their library. Okay. So let's go back. Let's close this. Okay, we're not inviting anybody right now. Let's go to Soundcasts. All right. Go to the edit of the first Soundcast, let's say. All right. edit. Let's scroll down to these metadata settings options. Settings. Scroll down, down, down. Okay. So you can see other settings. So here, basically, you can, this is really truly the Audible you can control. That here it tells you what can you control. You can allow people to leave comments and likes so that you can turn the app into a social media type of gathering for your listener tribe, right? And you can show publication dates or not if it's evergreen content, right? That depends on, again, your use case. You can show subscriber count, like I show subscriber count on the app for one of my free soundcasts because I have a lot of subscribers on it and it's additional social proof. If you're just starting out, you probably disable this option, right? So depending on how you will present your content to your listeners in the best way. Similarly, show listener count, show listening count, right? Um, you're established a program, like I have some tracks that have thousands of listenings. So this is, again, social proof, good thing, right? So if you do not have that social proof, then disable this option for now until you have those, right? Next, enable rating. This I recommend you to switch on at all time so that you can get additional social proof from your listeners. And edit podcast feed. That's an additional one. If you want to create a podcast feed, but it has to be a public program. It has to be a public program with public tracks, right? Um, and also, we actually allow you to have a podcast that's both free and paid uh, at once. How does this work is that you basically create a soundcast like you would normally do, right? And you upload some tracks and you leave the episodes that are free as public, and you make the episodes that are paid as private. And then you generate a podcast feed from that soundcast. And that podcast feed will only contain the tracks that are public, right? So this will allow you to accomplish one goal, two goals in just with very little work, with one single workflow. And this podcast feed, you can, send it to any distribution platforms like Apple or Spotify or Amazon, anywhere you want, right? Just like any podcast feed out there. But at the same time, you can have some content that is that you charge listeners for, and you can put price tag on it with no additional work, basically. Okay, so let's go back to the dashboard. I want to show you one more thing, which is click on bundles. Okay, so this is really cool because what is a bundle? It's basically you can it's a collection of your different soundcasts. If we click on edit bundle, this is a example bundle that we just created. Okay, so basically you can select here. You have all these individual soundcasts that you have published, right? You can select which soundcast you want to include in this bundle. And when people subscribe to this bundle, they will get all the soundcasts included in the bundle. And also this is, we have backward compatibility built in. So if you add a new soundcast and you want to include that in an existing bundle, you can do that. Just edit this bundle, and your existing listeners, existing subscribers of this bundle, they will also get your content that are newly included in the bundle. So really, for some of our users, actually, I would say maybe like 60% of our users, they are creating bundles as well as individual soundcasts. And the reason being, this is an efficient way for you to, for example, set up your entire content library for sale. If you have 6 audiobooks, you can sell them together as a package deal with a discount, right? And if you have some of our, power users, they have like 100 albums, you can include all of them in a bundle and sell a subscription. And you literally will have a mini Spotify at your listeners' disposal, right? So that's like a really a very easy way for you um, to sell a subscription to get perpetual, regular revenue from your content. And here's the thing, I tell people all the time. Um, in 17th, 18th century, assets are things like farmland. In 19th and 20th century, assets are things like factories and real estate. In the 21st century, assets are online digital assets. And those include like content, like, and also, any content that you can, especially content that you can sell a subscription on, because that's literally, it's a classic definition of an asset, which is, a entity that generates a regular income, right? So, really, for everybody listening or everybody who's listening to this, afterwards, um, if you're thinking about creating audio content, uh, no matter where you are on your journey, it could be you've been doing this for 10 years or you're just starting out, but just know that you are really on the right track, because this is the way to do things now. I think generating digital content, and there are so many shapes and forms of them these days, and audio is a exciting and flexible medium to do that. But really, it's something that uh, all creators should invest in, is to build your asset base, right? So you build your asset base, and the Soundwise tool is a great way for you to do that with audio. And then you gradually build your distribution channels. And for many of us, it won't happen in one day, but you just need to gradually build onto it. It's like build a house. The analogy would be you build a house, which is your asset, in this case, your content, right? And then you build your distribution channels, like roads leading to your house. And if you do this, all right, so if you do this over a period of time, you will start having actually a profitable or revenue generating asset that's going to benefit your life and career for many years to come. So this is not like a get rich quick scheme. And in fact, none of those schemes will actually work. But this is a reliable and really super clear way to actually build a income base in the 21st century. And we're 20 years in the 21st century. And this online content revolution is only just getting started. So anybody who's listening to this, just know that you are on the right track, okay? But you take some patience, it takes some work, of course, takes creativity to build your content asset, to build your content empire. But the best time to get started is today. So, but anyway, I can go on and on, talk hours about this, but we don't have all day. So, one other way that you can get more about thoughts about, content, audio content, some of the tips and some of the statistics that we've been seeing from our publishers, is to sign up for that webinar that I gave you the link about. Okay. So, so here's the thing. For the next part, what I really want to do is to show you our mobile app. Okay. Sadly, you should see how disappointed I felt when I realized, oh my, I couldn't share through Zoom today of my phone. Uh, that's so disappointing. But I want to give you a verbal walkthrough of this, of some of the things that I want to point out to you on the app. And it will be great if you have, by this time, you already subscribed to, you know, like for example, the one that I gave you the link with, you already subscribed to it, and I hope you're logged into the app and you're looking in your library. Okay, if you're staring in your library right now, um, so you can see that it's pretty straightforward when listener have purchased a soundcast from you, or you granted them access and they log into the app, it automatically show up in their library. And if you go to if you click on the one a soundcast that you subscribe to, you should see the audio tracks. And if you click on the card, the title of the audio track, it will show the full audio player will come up, right? And the screen will say, add a comment. This is the option that will show if you enabled commenting. And this is where your listeners can leave comment and you can moderate. You can respond to, or you can delete existing comment because if you're the admin of the soundcast. Okay. And then you can, on the full player, if you click around the different buttons, the first button is the description, which is, pure text. You can include in the description of the audio track, either it's a description, that's the basic use case, or you can include a link or some kind of other material that you want people to check out in here, right? It's a hyperlink that people can directly click on it. And the second button with a paper clip on it, this is where the notes show. So depending on which program you're subscribed to right now, it may not have additional supplementary material, but if it has, it will be where this the PDF or image that's attached to this track will pop up. Okay. And then in the middle is a heart button for people to like your track. And then there's the check mark button. This is where this is useful for those of you who put out like educational training type of content where you want to give people something to do after listening, right? Action steps, uh, things like that. Or your action step can be, if you like this track, leave us a review. That will really be very helpful. That's a homework that you can give everybody to do. And if you go to, uh, like shrink the full player, and under each of Soundcast title in your library, you should see this orange button next to the title on the right side with 3 dots on it. And if you click on this, it will give you the option to, to write a review, to give a rating, to share the audio program, to unsubscribe. So this is where you would tell your listeners to go to leave you a review. Okay. Okay. And also if you go to discover, so the other thing is, unlike on the other, marketplace type of audio apps you see where there are, tens of thousands of different audiobooks or podcasts vying for listeners' attention, here we only show people the additional content from the same publishers that they already subscribe to. Okay. So for example, if you just sign up for that free soundcast, that free mini course that I point you to, you should also see under this tab, it says all from Soundwise Learning, and you will see all the what other programs that we have. And you can subscribe to this from the app. Okay. But if you subscribe to, other publishers' content, obviously that publisher's content, if they have additional content, additional audio, will also show under the Discover tab. So, because, so in other words, we do not actively promote other publishers to your listeners and vice versa, because we want to really create a container that is as close to your own app as possible. Because, when people open Soundwise, it's before they open it up, of course, there's a app, there's a icon, there's an app name called Soundwise. But once they open the app, they pretty much only see your content. Okay, so because we want to create this intimate environment just for you and your listeners with as little distraction as possible. So just for you to know that this is a deliberate choice in terms of how we structure the platform, because building a mobile app is a huge endeavor, and it's very, very costly, and not everybody can afford to do that. But we want to create a option that really replicate the same effect, or like to a similar extent as much as possible. That's the intention for the Soundwise app, is this intimate environment for you and your listeners. Okay, so that's what I want to cover in terms of the product walkthrough. Okay, so I see there are some questions.
Let's go ahead and do questions.
Let's do questions. I see that there are already some questions that John has answered.
We have a couple of questions answered. The ones that are here, Sumolings, if you want to add any more questions to the Q&A box, now is your time.
Okay.
First one here is a use case question.
Sure.
Is this good for audio tours? Do you have any audio tour use cases? Is there a way to include a Google map or walking tours?
So there's no Google map, I'm sorry. But we do have users who use this for walking tours. They have, we have users who do like, ancient cities in India, or, the bar tours of Barcelona, that kind of audio tours that you can definitely, use Soundwise for. Basically, it will give, it would not sync to where the listeners are. Okay, it's not like it's not, because it's not customized for that purpose. It's not going to be, okay, the listeners is at the door and now broadcast the content about the door. It would not be like that. So, but but it provides an easy container for you to disseminate the type of content, for sure. Can you add, okay, I'm looking at the second question. Can you add a custom domain? Okay. This is on our roadmap that we are we are aware that this is something that would be beneficial for many of our users. It is, however, not part of this package, the Essentials plan. Okay, so I want to make that clear. Is there a coupon promo code for Soundwise app? I don't understand this, because the Soundwise app is free. So what is the promo code for free? Negative price? So, can we have different color scheme options for the web app? This is also something that is on our roadmap, okay? But again, it may or may not be part of this package, essentials plan, okay? And also, we already have different color scheme if you purchase our platinum tier, which is your own custom mobile app. But I get that that's not what you're asking here. Would you show us where you moderate the comments on online dashboard, or do we do it from the app? Okay, so right now you need to do it from the app. Okay, so if you go to your app, you need to log into your admin account. Okay, not a listener account, because some of you have multiple accounts. You log into your admin account. You look if you look under the the list of comments, you should see the three dot on the right side of each of your comments that will allow you to delete the comment. Okay. I'm a publisher. When I sign up for the app, I only got a subscriber view. Is there a place to find out how to use this? Okay, I assume you're saying what you meant to say is you're only seeing the listener side. So I think this is probably because you had a listener account before you sign up for a publisher plan. So you're actually signed into your listener account. So whether you actually have created a publisher, I don't know. We need to check. You need to please write a ticket to support@mysoundwise.com. Okay, so that our support team can check your what's going on with your account. But my hunch is you may not have created a publisher account. You're still in your listener account. Can you integrate with other shopping cart like Thrive Cart? You can integrate with anything you want with Zapier. We do have that option available. However, that is not part of the essentials plan. Okay. And I know there are also some questions on our on our campaign page about different features, which plan has which features. So John, can you link to send a link to our pricing page link, pricing and plans page link in the chat? So you can go to our plans and pricing page, and you can see which features are included in the essentials plan. And I want to emphasize that our essentials plan really got everything you need to start selling audio. And that is our goal for the essentials tier. It's because we want more creators to be able to start building their own empire. Okay. No matter how few listeners you start with, you may have one listener, but hey, if you have one listener, you can sell to that one person. That is a revenue. You just won. Okay. So, but it's really we want to have a super easy, super low cost and no risk way for creators to get started doing this. Okay. So and if your business is thriving, if you're successful with your content and you have a lot more use cases, okay, now I have these 500 people, thousands of people coming in every day. I need to integrate into my automatic integration with my email campaign manager, or I need to have some sophisticated upsell funnel that Soundwise need to be a part of. If you have that kind of use case, I assume your business is fairly successful. And we would love to celebrate your success by enticing you to upgrade to one of our higher tiers. But you don't have to do that. What I want to emphasize is on our essentials tier, you have unlimited content upload, you have unlimited content download, unlimited listener enrollment, unlimited promo codes that you can create, okay, unlimited bundles, and no royalty share, no commissions on sales, and you have a podcast feed. So really, if I were you, I would jump at this. And if you have multiple streams of content, multiple brands of content, I will buy more than one code, because obviously this is a limited time option. It's not going to be there forever, right? So this is as from a creative point of view, if I'm starting today, this will be an extremely good deal, and I will immediately grab it. But that's the intention for the essentials plan, is to allow as many people to get started in the low risk, low cost way as possible. Can we partner up with another publisher on a soundcast? As far as splitting the revenues, well, yes, you can. You can upload other publishers' content if they agree to it, and you can send them the revenue. We do not have an automatic way to do that, if that's what you're asking. Okay, so that's something that you need to set up on your side. If you have the essentials plan, is there a discount for upgrading? Yes, we offer a 30% off for first year on the higher tier plans. And you also get up to 4 months of free on our plus tier if you write some reviews in various online marketplaces for us. And just as you, because we are just practicing what we preach, right? As I told you multiple times, really, you want to prioritize asking for your listeners for reviews, because that's what they will check when they consider buying your content. So same thing, we want reviews from you, and if you write reviews for us, you get free upgrade on the higher tier.
Thank you so much. It looks like those are all of the questions. I appreciate you going through them. Sumolings, we're going to give you just a second more to drop any questions that you have in the Q&A box. In the meantime, Natasha, I really appreciate you walking us through this. I'm so sorry about all the technical difficulties, but I think things went okay. For anybody watching this that wants that pricing table link, it's just mysoundwise.com/pricing. You can go and compare the different plans and see the one that works for you. We have the essential plan on AppSumo right now. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So if you haven't already redeemed your code, you can go to appsumo.com/soundwise-exclusive. This is starting at $59 for a lifetime deal. And of course, it's backed by AppSumo 60-day guarantee. Go ahead, get set up, play around with it, see how it works for you. When you do, good question. We did get a question. Is it best to purchase codes separately?
Well, we don't have any stacking on this deal, so you will have to purchase codes separately. So I assume that's the default. Yes.
So once you've done that, go ahead and leave your reviews on the deal page. We do really appreciate them, as Natasha mentioned. And of course, if you have any more questions, you can leave them there as well. Thank you so much, Natasha. I appreciate having you here.
Thanks, Lindsay, and thanks everybody. And I hope to see you in our Soundwise Creators Lab. Okay, it's a Slack group that we have for publishers.
I love it.
All right.
Thanks so much. Have a good one.
Bye.